Tonight, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's the Thursday opener for the new NFL season between the San Francisco 49ers and the Houston Texans. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. It's almost a tendency breaker.
On first and 10, Watson. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on first and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll try the air now with Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 53 yards.
I don't think we'll ever get enough of watching one-handed catches, and when they pay off, they are spectacular. But how about the times they don't pay off and coaches go, two hands still works.
I know, but they go for them so often now that I'm almost starting to take them for granted.
Yeah, that's unbelievable, isn't it? Because these are sensational type plays.
Especially that one with a defender right there. And put it on the board. It's 6, a touchdown. Deshaun Watson taking it in. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Miami Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The former second-round pick back in 2014, Jimmy Garoppolo trotting into place, looking to guide this San Francisco 49er offense.
And when Jimmy Garoppolo came out of Eastern Illinois, many people saw a strong-arm guy, well-schooled in the passing game, who needed a little bit of time to develop and reach his potential. Starting to go in that direction right now. A former linebacker in high school. He plays the game with a lot of toughness.
7 yards to pick up there. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
32-yard line.
For the first time with Tevin Coleman. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Defensively, they rallied the troops to force fourth down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now it's Lindsey, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for third down. Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a fourth down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They're going with Lindsey. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Flush to his right. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 47 yards. And the Texans push further out in front.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken in the end zone, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Back out there comes the 49ers offense, ready for their second drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, get the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On second down now, it's Coleman. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Boy, not what you want to see in quarter one of the new year. We'll be back. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 44. Garoppolo, man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 18.
A gain of 27.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and they'll lose yardage here, knocked back to the 19-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. A 2nd and 11 from the 19. Now Garoppolo. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. On the throw.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Bradley Roby, the ex-Buckeye, with a corner blitz and the sack.
And it's 4th down.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Austin Seibert on for the field goal. A 44-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
49ers 3.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
25-yard line.
Deshaun Watson of the Texans offense trot back out there. He's thrown for a touchdown pass, and he's run for one so far.
When you're able to watch a guy perform at a high level and do it in multiple ways, arm, legs, he really helps his team in a big way. You've got to think that they feel great about where they are in this ball game, and they feel even better about him leading their team.
Now he's hoping to put them into a better spot after this drive. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd.
But no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Eric Armstead brought it.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
First down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 38. Rolling to his right. He's going to the ball is out. Watson lost it. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Well, that's unfortunate because he had a nice run going, but give credit to the defense. They got a hand in the cookie jar there, CD.
You have to think about vision, finding a place to get down after you know you've gotten all you can out of a run, and obviously ball security is paramount. In today's football, everyone's coming after the rock. You've got to make sure you protect it and protect the yardage you just gained.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Jefferson on the tackle.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Garoppolo's pass.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good edge steam going.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And last time, the fumble, the turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief, that you still have the lead. But coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
Well,
at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for you.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Jimmy Garoppolo sacked. A fumble on the play.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough?
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Caught right side, Tate. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
San Francisco.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for him?
He will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown.
To Dante Pettis.
10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the 49ers are back within a score.
For the point after.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble. And it's 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Smith catches left side. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Trying to get it to Cobb, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander, and they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up.
Texans.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and it's now 17-14. With a marker down, he's up just past the 25-yard line, but I think they're going to be going backwards. Let's check the call. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, Watson. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
Operating from the gun, Watson eluding the pressure right, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
At the 37-yard line.
2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. 56 to Mike. 56 to Mike. Check out.
From the gun, Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Snags it for the pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. And Kittle catching the slant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete to Tate. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
A 32-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So, all right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third.
Taimi Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies to try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And the 49ers.
So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 46. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Kevin Coleman, the ball carrier.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
He's tackled at
They certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Got his target, Samuel. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans 30.
to Deebo Samuel. It's a
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
They were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. It was DJ Jones who was there for the tackle. 4
yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Completes it to Samuel. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1-yard line.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right?
And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed.
That keeps the score. Niners 26.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here. That's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. And now he's going to use his legs and wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage.
For a Texans first down.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Watson. He'll find Lindsey here. It's a gain of 5, and it'll make it a 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
At the 38-yard line.
From the gun, Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. The 21st pick back in the 2016 draft, Will Fuller, and we know that he can take the top off of a defense.
He certainly can, and the way that he does it is just straight, pure speed. And I saw with one of the better defensive coordinators in the league, and I said, how do you defend that? He said, at times, you absolutely don't. If the quarterback gets time and he heaves it downfield, Will Fuller's going to outrun any coverage you put out there.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Niner offense coming back out there. Tevin Coleman leading the way. And we have seen a decline in the numbers. Where does the fault lie? Just him? Maybe the guys up front combination?
Well, as you and I both know, it's almost always a collective deal. But in this case, I think maybe the offensive line got a little overconfident. They had blocked so well in the first half, picked up on what the defense was doing. I think we've seen an adjustment now that they have not picked up on, and now they're being a little bit overwhelmed.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive. drive and also give them a first down.
49ers.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
2 yards on the pickup.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on third. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
2nd and 12.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd and 12, Watson over the middle to Smith. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 22 yards there, a first down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On first down, Lindsey. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Another run by Lindsey. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Right there. 54, right there.
On first down, Watson. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, Watson. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Tackling's obviously critical down near the goal line. That was great work there to make the hit behind the line and make sure he doesn't get any further. Did a really nice job wrapping up and not letting him loose.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now it's Watson. incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
56, the mark, boys, 56. Check 56. Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw.
Operating from the gun. Watson, flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Flushed out right. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Watson operating from the gun. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. After the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with a game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Garoppolo now. Open man is Samuel, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards for him there. It's a 1st down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
At the Texans' 45-yard line.
They fake the give, and Garoppolo looks to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Garoppolo's sacked.
Oh, my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm. And
not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
6 yards.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 27. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Bernardrick McKinney muscled his way in for the sack. And they brought the pressure there just right up the gut, didn't they?
Yeah, they certainly did. And, you know, when you've got so many different responsibilities as an offensive line, you got to deal with the nose tackle, the two defensive tackles or ends, and then sometimes you just can't account for everyone. The linebacker slipped free.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. That's going to go down as a loss of 5. And it brings up third down. Over the middle, complete. It's Tate. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down.
A 53-yard attempt.
And his kick is no good. Oh, by the slimmest of margins, he missed it wide to the left.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that third timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
So they come up on second down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run here with Lindsey. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
Fourth quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. And just how they envision the start of the season, kneeling it down, defense can't stop the clock. This one's a winner.
You know what's really strange? I think a lot of people think that the kneel-down practice stuff really only happens like 1 time a week. The best teams I know, they practice it starting back in OTAs. They want them to visualize winning a game and how great that feels, and they got it done in this one.
Yep, a knee gets them to 1-0.
26.
Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
It is just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for the Texans, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week, where they take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.